I was wondering if maybe you could just start us off by explaining what perfectly hidden depression is and how it's different from the traditional understanding of depression.
Maybe it would help to tell a little bit of a story about how I actually came upon that term.
Yes.
It was 2014. I had no ideas about, no plans to write a book, no plans to have a podcast, none of that. But I was thinking about, but I had started blogging and I was thinking about some people I had seen over the years that when they walked through my door would have vehemently denied that they were depressed in any way. In fact, they would probably say, I have too many blessings. I have a great life. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just here because I'm a little anxious or having a little bit of relationship problem or something. But what I did learn, and what bonded those people together, what they all shared was a huge difficulty in expressing painful emotion. Now they could say they felt a painful emotion, but to to show it to me, to express it, to actually feel it in that moment. No, they'd say things like, oh, I'm just not a crier, or gosh, if I started crying, I'd cry all day long, that kind of thing. I thought about those folks and I just picked the term out of the air. The Perfectly Hidden Depressed Person. Are You One was the name of the blog. And it went viral. And I was writing for the HuffPost at that point, and they featured it. And I got hundreds of emails,
Wow.
hundreds in the 24-hour period of time. People saying things like, it's like you're in my head. How do you know about this? So I got curious. Brene Brown had written her first book called The Gifts of Imperfection. I read that. There was a great book, still a great book by Terrence Real called I Don't Want to Talk About It, that talked about more covert depression in men. But there's a little bit of a difference here because your listeners may have heard the term high functioning depression,
Hmm.
which is basically people who know they are depressed. They will say, yeah, I'm really depressed, but I just seem to be able to pull it together enough to go to work or to get my kids to school and that kind of thing. And I'm really geared toward that. I'm in therapy, I'm taking medication, I'm exercising, I'm doing whatever they're going to do. And the term for that is high functioning depression. The difference between that, as I see it, and perfectly hidden depression is that a lot of these people will not reveal that they're depressed. They don't even want to call it that because they have for years, likely, for years have been covering up or camouflaging what has been a lot of childhood pain and trauma with this perfect seeming self. It was the way they handled all of that. Just, not not consciously, it just became protective to seem like I'm okay, I'm good, I'm good.